You're just not my person, and I'm not mad at you. And I'm not even mad at the world. And I don't give a fuck about anybody if we can keep it G.
So today I'm going to be talking about signs that she's hurt.
Welcome back to the channel. ThonLexy here with another balloon pop reaction. Well, kinda. This was one of their little reunion episodes where they bring everybody back together to discuss what happened on the last balloon pop episode. And things got interesting. There was a single mother on there who got mad at a particular contestant named Brian, who has some honest opinions. Conversations started getting going, tempers got flared, and it made for an interesting conversation. Let's not waste 1 minute. Let's get into it.
So, Janae, when you were having, your conversation with Brian during that segment, what was going through your mind when he's asking you all these questions like, okay, how many baby daddies, how many kids? What was your thought process? Like, if you want to walk us through that.
I'm true to my core. I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm not ashamed of my 3 kids. And if I wouldn't have the 3 baby daddies, I wouldn't have my 3 amazing kids. I don't allow him and his judgment to define me as a woman or where I stand on today. It's his preference. He deserves a queen of whatever that looks like for Brian. But for me, you have to accept me as a whole with a 4 unit. So it's either, are you even equipped to hold down this fort?
Fuck them kids.
Hold on 1 second. Are you equipped? What do you mean, are you equipped? Basically what she's saying is that any man who isn't willing to come in and take care of another man's child is less of a man. Let's get back into it.
It is what it is.
It's a
my
preference.
person is my person. You know what I'm saying?
What the hell is even that?
But people don't know how to live in reality. They want to live into society. And it's fake to me. I'm not with it.
Okay. And then Shayna, you wanted to say
So
something?
one thing I do want to say, which I said to you earlier, we all have our preference, which is fine. You might like them tall, you might like them short, you might like them with the kids. Right. But I think it was just your delivery that really was kind of tough to watch.
And here we go.
I'm so tired of hearing this shit. Tired of hearing women say, it isn't what you said, it's your tone. We all know Kevin Samuels dealt with it more than any other content creator in his heyday. Everybody had an issue with the tonality or how he said what he said, but nobody could successfully counter any of his talking points.
Everyone's entitled to what they like, but it's just the way you were speaking to the ladies, which was kind of harsh.
So speaking on that, Brian, do you feel like you could have delivered your message in a different way?
I think I wanted to deliver it the way I did.
Bag, tote the cutter, I got it out the field, fuck Russell.
Right?
Okay.
Because if I'm coming on some softness, you're not gonna really grasp what I'm telling you.
That's not.
Right? And the thing about accountability is you want me to deliver it the way you want to hear it. Okay. Nah, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. You gotta be able to embrace that. We as men, we embrace accountability. And women have to do the same exact thing.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP!
Exactly. He's absolutely right. Women always want to act like the way that they receive the truth has to be packaged all wonderful and nice and kind, but men have to deal with rejection from women however they receive it.
You might have just made a fact just now. That's some real shit.
I'm not
and
angry.
feel like men are aggressive. When they're delivering what they're trying to say. Like, no, I wasn't disrespectful on the show, right? And maybe I could have delivered it a little bit softer. But that's not
James,
the route that I chose.
Say something.
Brother, the way you've been
talking.
talking.
1 second, James is gonna go.
I wanted to say something about that. I understand both sides. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I don't care if a female has a starting lineup. You know what I mean? Like, I've dated girls that have multiple kids, and I think that men think one of 2 ways. One is like, okay, you made horrible decisions. And then the other downfall could be, these are extra mouths to feed or bills, And for me, I love kids, like I'm a kids person, so I don't mind dating a woman that has kids. So that's all I wanted to say.
I want to respect you, but I can't.
Haven't we heard this before from other men who are trying to get booty from the women who are on the podcast.
See, that's what I'm talking. Vagina.
Hey, I'm open for everything. I don't care how many kids you got. I don't care how poor your decision making is. I'll date you anyway.
I'm leaving here with something.
These women don't respect you, bruh. They don't respect you.
Say something. Brian, I don't think your delivery was 100% wrong, but there is a difference between you as a type of man and there's another type of man. There's two different types of men. It's your preference, and it's a man that knows that he comes into this world to be a leader, protector, provider, who also knows that you're going to take care of a family as a whole.
Hip hop is shit. To say, oh, there are two different kinds of man. The kind of man who wants to deal with me and my circumstance is a real man. That's the most backhanded insult I've ever seen. Yet they're all saying, oh, be gentle, don't be insulting. Yet she continues to indirectly and subliminally insult this man and say that he's not a real man because he doesn't want to take care of her herd of mistakes.
Or kids or it takes a village to raise these kids. I didn't take any judgment, but if you prefer a woman with one kid or you want some more with more kids, that's on
fine.
you. You're just not my person, and I'm not mad at you. And I'm not even mad at the world. And I don't give a fuck about anybody if we can keep it G.
So today I'm going to be talking about signs that she's hurt.
You know, I take care of my kids. They're well taken care of. I'm an independent woman.
I am a strong woman. I am a empowered woman.
And I deserve a strong man who's ready to take care of a household. Not saying that that's not you or no other man in this world. Everybody got their own opinion. And I respect you 100%. It is what it is.
Okay, so you said that there's a man that's going to be willing to come in and take care of your herd of kids, but you also don't care. You see black women acting like they want a man to come in and clean their life up, but then they want to also act like they don't care at the same time, like they don't care if they get a man or not. But if you put that energy out there like you don't need a man and you don't want a man, that's probably what the world is going to serve you up.
He ain't lying.
Look, and I respect that. I appreciate that, right? It's going to be a special type of man that's going to come in and take care of you and your unit. That's going to take care of you and your unit, right? Because most men want to start their own family, all right? You know what I'm saying? So why would we come in and be a stepdad when we know if you have 3 kids, then I'm going to be the 4th? You're going to look at me like the 4th, even if I'm taking care of the house, right? Because they're not mine.
Because you're not a baby daddy or a husband. You're not going to be a baby
You're the head
daddy.
of household. It's a difference.
I understand that, but I'm not their real father, right? So I'm not their biological father, right? So, and things come with that, right? It comes with, you may feel like, you know, I'm not raising your sons right. Or you can't.
I'm going to dead this right now. I had a baby daddy that told me in front of my child, I am not his daddy. I don't need a nigga like that.
All babies ain't cute. For we ain't finna sit up and tell all these goddamn lies.
I wonder why he was put in a position to say something like that. I bet it wasn't because more obligations than what were supposed to be put on him were being put on him. I bet that wasn't the reason. But more than likely, it was the reason. But again, maybe this guy was just a jerk. Of course, he probably shouldn't have said it in front of the child. But I bet you there's 2 sides to this story, and we're only getting one side. Let's get back into it.
You don't want one.
I need a man who knows who's going to come into a whole house. He's going to take mine as his. He's going to take me as his partner. It's one, honey. When you find a wife, you find a good thing. I'm not living into society or social media. This show, and I appreciate you guys, because this is real life. You show me the real deal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to say too much more, but you know that is it.
If you guys were to get together, hypothetically speaking.
Who?
Yeah, I'm just hypothetically speaking.
Just hypothetically, you and Brian.
You and Brian. If you and Brian were to get together, hypothetically speaking, can he put his hands on your children?
What? Put his hands on my children?
That's a real question. Yes.
Let's word that a little.
Well, we know what we're talking about. I mean, Brian, you understood what I was saying, correct?
Correct.
If your kids is acting up,
can
he whoop your kids?
If
Like
they
he would whoop
need
his
it.
own son?
If they need it.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, let's be real.
You just
This
have
ain't
to
about
be
that, but let's be
if
real.
you're going to whoop somebody else's kids, you just got to be ready for that repercussion.
The afterward.
Exactly. What
You
comes
feel me?
after that? Because as a father, nobody's going to whoop my kids.
You want to pull up?
Exactly.
But if
barely whoop
I
my
am the
kids.
step parent of somebody else's kids, I'm a whoop 'em.
But you're not
And
gonna
I
whoop 'em for
understand
nothing.
that's
I'm that nigga.
I knew homeboy was a clown. He's like, if you stepfathering my son, you can't hit him. But if I'm stepfathering your child, I'm gonna whoop him. And the difference is I'm gonna fight about mine. It's like all of us are ready to fight about your kids. Like, you think you're the only guy out here ready to fight about your kids?
Thank
I'm
you.
ready
I
to
got a
fight for
5-year-old.
mine,
My
so-
son has never had a whooping.
Listen, I'm ready to fight
Ever.
for mine, so I'm going to check you on that. And if dude wanted to check me on that, he has that right. And that's all I'm saying.
And those,
Your voice is very irritating.
and those are the issues that
It's the
we
way to
deal
do
with.
it.
And those are the issues that we deal with being a step parent. Like, and
Those
another
are the
thing that I want to
insecurities.
address is that, like, Brian, I've been hearing you talk since we've been here all day. Like, your demeanor hasn't changed. So I want to say, like, I don't think that you were aggressive at all. I think that you were being you.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that
Exactly.
authenticity
Mm-hmm.
that you have been bringing. And I still got
Appreciate that.
He actually was very authentic. Being honest to a woman is to be demonized in society nowadays. Women are not prepared for men to be honest about their dating standards in the dating market, especially single mothers. We're seeing this with even SEX workers, OF models. They aren't prepared for men's honest opinion on what we think about dating them, what we think about marrying them and taking them home to our family. They're not ready to hear our honest opinion. Heavyset women also, they don't want to hear what our true opinions are on what we feel about dating heavyset women. We have to filter ourselves. And then they start saying that our tonality is out of pocket, when nothing could be further from the truth. I thought that this made for a good conversation. I think that this woman was very triggered. I think she was very rude. And I think she's a fool to think that a man is less of a man because he isn't willing to come in and clean up her mistakes. Hit the subscribe button on your way out of the room. Also hit the notification bell so you can be notified every single time we post content just like this. Let's get a good conversation going in the comment section. I'll see you guys on the next one.